Hello, and welcome to the installation guide for the AH-3-6KSL-G2 series inverters. Let's begin by introducing the AH-3-6KSL-G2 series inverters. These inverters are designed with precision and high performance, suitable for a wide range of applications. We'll now proceed step by step through the installation, covering everything from preparation to network configuration. Please pay close attention to the on-screen details as we go along. Before starting the installation, please ensure you have the following tools ready for the next steps. Next, for cable preparation, please gather the following cable materials. Before starting the installation, please ensure that all items in the inverter packaging are complete. Now, we'll show you the appearance and key components of the AH-3-6KSL-G2 series inverters. The installation location must meet the inverter's space requirements. Choose a suitable location that can support the weight of the inverter and provide adequate space for installation. Begin by placing the installation template on the wall where the inverter will be mounted. Ensure that the template is perfectly level to guarantee a stable installation. Next, use a marker to outline the 4 holes on the wall through the template. This step is crucial for precise drilling and subsequent mounting. Using an M8 drill bit, drill 4 holes into the wall with a diameter of 8 mm and a depth of 55 mm. This ensures the expansion bolts will be securely fastened. Remove the nuts and washers from the expansion bolts and gently insert the bolts into the drilled holes. Use a hammer to tap them in until they are firmly fixed, leaving about 10 mm of the bolt protruding from the wall for easy mounting. Attach the mounting bracket by placing it over the exposed bolts. Add the washers and nuts, and tighten them with an adjustable wrench to securely fix the bracket to the wall. Carefully hang the inverter onto the bracket, ensuring it is centered. Finally, use a Phillips screwdriver to tighten the screws on both sides, ensuring the inverter is safely installed. Before starting the PV cable assembly, gather the necessary materials and tools. Make sure to correctly identify the positive and negative PV terminals for proper polarity during assembly. Here, we'll demonstrate the difference between the terminal and the core. It is important to distinguish between the two to avoid incorrect connections. Unscrew the PV terminal and feed the PV cable through the waterproof nut. After that, use wire strippers to remove 5.5 to 7.5 mm of insulation, exposing the metal core. Now, using a crimping tool, connect the cable to the terminal core. Ensure that the core is not deformed during this process, allowing for a secure and reliable connection. Finally, tighten the waterproof nut securely to complete the assembly of the PV positive cable. The process for assembling the negative cable is identical to the positive cable. Follow the same steps to complete both the positive and negative PV cables. These are the completed PV positive and negative cables, ready for installation. First, remove the dust cap and insert the PV cable into the terminal. If there's an error in the connection, we'll now demonstrate how to safely detach the PV cable using the appropriate tools. To begin, gather the necessary materials and tools. Strip the insulation from the cable using a wire stripper. Then crimp the European-style terminal using the crimping tool. The completed cable should look like this. Next, disassemble the EPS terminal and pass the crimped cable through the terminal housing. Insert the wire into the correct terminal positions. Ensure N goes to blue, L to brown, and P to yellow-green. Use the wrench provided in the EPS terminal kit to tighten and secure the cable, ensuring a stable connection. Reassemble the terminal and tighten the waterproof nut to complete the EPS cable assembly. Now, follow the same steps to make the grid cable. The process is identical to the EPS cable assembly. Use the tool provided to remove the dust cover and insert the cable into the terminal. If the cable is connected incorrectly, we'll demonstrate how to safely remove the EPS cable using the correct tools. Before starting the storage cable assembly, gather the necessary materials and tools. Ensure you correctly identify the positive and negative terminals, with red for positive and black for negative, to avoid any mistakes during the process. Pull out the storage cable and leave enough length. Use a wire cutter to cut the cable, then strip off about 14 millimeters of the insulation using a wire stripper. Disassemble the positive DC terminal. Pass the cable through the waterproof nut and rubber ring, then insert it into the DC terminal. Use a hydraulic crimping tool to connect the cable to the DC terminal, ensuring a secure connection. Tighten the waterproof nut to complete the assembly of the positive battery cable. Note that the process for making the negative cable is identical. Follow the same steps as for the positive cable to complete the negative battery cable. Next, remove the dust cap, insert the cable, and ensure a secure connection. Now, we'll proceed with making the grounding cable. Leave an appropriate length and cut the cable. Strip approximately 6.2 millimeters of insulation to expose the copper core. Insert the copper core into the RNB 5/8 cold press terminal and crimp it using a crimping tool. Finally, tighten the screw with a Phillips screwdriver to securely fasten the grounding cable to the device. Disassemble the waterproof head and pass the communication cable through it. Insert the cable into the socket, then tighten the waterproof head. Finally, unscrew the dust cover from the USB port. Insert the Wi-Fi dongle and tighten the nut to secure it. Now, let's showcase the completed installation. To better manage and monitor the system, please scan the QR code in the user's manual, or search for and download the HiPower app directly at the mobile app store. Scan the HiPower manual QR code to download the app. Scan the user manual QR code to download specific usage instructions. Congratulations! You have now completed the installation and configuration of the inverter. Thank you for choosing AH. We are dedicated to providing you with efficient and reliable energy solutions.